So I have 1/3 of my unit, the religious one,
Right.
and they are behind, and they have what we call the kitchen. Sorry, we call it this way. They have all these heavy, like machine guns, the bazookas, all these things
Negev,
that can cover
heavy,
you in order to.
Okay.
I give them commands to where to shoot, because there was one Guryanov that he was terrible, and he was the worst. The worst. I give them the exactly where it is. Okay. I could read very clear.
Okay.
All the situation. No bullet shoot. Nothing.
They're not shooting.
They're not shooting.
Why are they not shooting?
So, because I belong to a unit of paratrooper that Ariel Sharon is the high commander. So we were in a forest somewhere, close to the airplanes, ready to go and, to the mission. And my soldiers, I was their commander, second commander. I had an officer and I'm the second. This is their first war. They were not in attrition war. They were not 67. They were young.
Okay.
And I really felt to encourage them, really. So I asked if anybody, because we were near a kibbutz there, and one of the soldiers was from that kibbutz, I told him, Jump, bring a guitar. And we started singing. I led them Israeli songs. This is the most important. As a shepherd, you have to encourage your flock because they have enough stress. So encourage them. How to encourage them, the point. How to do it. So as I was with them, giving them good time, total darkness, all our trees, forest, not allowed to smoke, and so on. Suddenly a soldier arrived from another group. And he recognized that this is my unit, and with very high voice, he cried, "Is Aryeh Chaimov there?" And I said, "Yes, I'm here," was the point. "Look, we have some soldiers of our unit that came from United States, and they met the unit group Jews for Jesus."
Okay.
73. We know that you are part of them. They
Jew
know
who
that I
believes
believe
in
in Yeshua.
Right.
I'm not Jews of Jesus, of course.
Right.
But so we really ask you if you can come to our unit and tell us more.
Really?
Like this. I told them, of course, I don't mind to do it. Ask my soldiers. And my soldiers, no, you don't get Aryeh. If you want, call your people to come.
I see.
Look, he went to his people. He told them that I'm willing to share, but I cannot because my soldier want me there.
Okay.
They got up and started walking with him to our direction. Other group, so suddenly a group of soldiers raising up, they were sure that there is news, something.
Okay.
So they walked, another group. Later on, the head of the unit, Katja, that was a good friend of Ariel Sharon, he told me later on, Aryeh, I had no idea. I just raised up and followed all the group. I didn't know. I thought that one of the high general will come and tell us shit.
Okay.
And suddenly I saw you sitting there with your Machleka unit and all soldiers around, and you start sharing. Now,
In the middle of a war.
So, and I shared them about the Lord. And I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. I don't know. I lost. And no one stopped me. You have to understand that at least 1/3 of them are religious. They have yarmulke. No one stopped me. And I shared, I made all the mistakes that somebody can do. I shared about the blood of Jesus. I shared about forgiveness that he can give, even like he forgave, the man that was crucified in Israel, the thief. He told him, today you are with me in paradise. I mean, I do believe, and nobody stopped me.
You don't mean these were mistakes. You mean when you're talking to Jewish people, this is not stuff that they expect to hear. They don't want to hear it usually. So, but you were just saying what God was putting on your heart.
I didn't have control. And look, we are in a war. I mean, we are. And we know what happens around. But with encouraging. I tell you, that's why, like Zechariah, 14 chapters, in every chapter there are verses of encouraging. Every chapter, but really encouraging. So suddenly, I finished, I felt, and one of them raised up. I don't say any details about him, just one thing. He was a rabbi already. He finished 6 years of studying, and later he became, professor in one of our university, religious guy, and he raised up and just started at Chaim of. Most of people knew me by second name because we were three brothers in paratrooper, so we were famous. Is trying to say something when two soldiers next to him, it was total dark, but you can pushed him down. Shut up! At least he is encouraging us. What you have to tell us.
So the rabbi was opposing you. After 45 minutes, he's finally like, "Wait, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to oppose you."
Exactly.
He's like, let us listen. He's encouraging us from the word.
Yeah. And then the siren start. Then we have siren to jump to the airplanes.
Wow.
And there was an old Dakota. Old airplanes. Now everyone inside, it's an airplane. You see it, you are almost falling down.
Right.
Sweating. They were in such a stress, and I am enjoying. I don't stop. Thanks God
God
for
has
what
just been using you to speak to these guys that may be going to their death.
And it's a long flight, all the way across Israel, and Sinai all the way till the Suez Canal, where we had to
That's
cross.
where you're going to jump.
Yeah. So we landed, and we started running.
Okay.
Amazing what was there to the bridge. Now the bridge was already full of bombs fell on it. And I can tell you, whenever you pass a group, okay, because we have all the camouflage on our faces, you don't recognize. So the moment they passed me, and suddenly they recognized, they took my hand. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. They couldn't leave my hand of what happened the night before. It was the next morning, right? Silently, why? They were so strong. Thank you. In my unit, my small unit, 1/3 of them were religious. And they see that everyone is shaking my hand to thank you. And they're religious. And they started murmuring. Nobody stopped me. I felt it. And we are fighting. Another wounded, another one is killed. But I feel it. I feel that this group of the
are opposing you. Something growing, a spirit of opposition.
The spirit. You feel it. I'm their commander. I knew them. And I told the commander that was killed a few minutes later, I want to stop here. I took them to a place. I told them, now this is the important. I know that you hate what I shared yesterday night. I can understand you. Because if I believe in a fake man that is Son of God, this is the worst thing that somebody can do. And there is a word for something like this, is heresy. In Hebrew, of course, in other words. And then I looked at him. If Yeshua is not Son of God, all what I shared is heresy, I want to be the first one to be killed of our unit, because some were wounded already, 3 of them. And immediately this group, they had rifles, FN, Belgium, so there's a piece of wood there. Touch wood, don't talk like this. And I'm shouting on them, no touch wood. I really mean it. I want to be killed. But if not, you will see with your eyes. I say it.
Quite a showdown that you're,
I was very serious.
Okay.
Very, very serious. And when I told
And they felt that. They felt how
they
serious you were being.
felt I was really, I was very, and the moment I said it, that I don't mind, I will, if it's heresy, I will be the first to be killed.
Okay.
What neither Aryeh nor any of the Israeli troops knew was that the Soviet Union and the United States had imposed a UN ceasefire agreement that was about to begin at 6 p.m. local time.
Almost exactly 6 o'clock, maybe 2 minutes, the Egyptian opened a fire on our unit from here to the bush there.
Close.
The commander, the first commander, he was on my right side. From beginning, we knew each other from beginning in the army. He already 2 times before, he got bullets in Yom Kippur. 2 times.
He's already been wounded twice in this war.
Twice, not in this, before.
Oh, in
other
in other conflicts. But now he's coming in. He's your commander. You're second to him.
Yeah.
And
with the knowledge that he will be killed.
He believes he's going to be killed.
That he is being.
Wow.
Very important what I tell you now. This was the first time in my life that I understood, like I can grow with 1,000 on your right side, 10,000 on the left side, will not come even touch you. Another one can be grown that this is the last chance. From this, you are not coming back. And this is the power of Satan, story of Saul. Tomorrow, you and all Israel, you and your sons and all Israel with me, down. I tell you that this, at the beginning, I tried to fight against it. I don't want to mention his name, Sure. Try to fight. I mean, stop it. In one situation before this, I told him, look, it's from the devil, this spirit. Stop it. Follow me. I will pray and just follow me. And he cried, I can't. Nobody prepared me to be in a situation like this, to see death. So
spiritually, he had never been prepared to know
nobody.
The peace of, if I die, at least I go to heaven forever and ever, and I don't have to worry, so I can be brave in battle. He'd never been raised to understand that, to believe that. And you're saying the contrast between you and him, but you're trying to encourage him, and you're telling him, you're not saying, he's your commander, so you're not saying, follow me into battle. You're saying, follow me into the kingdom of heaven.
Exactly. Because he knew me as a believer many years.
Right, so this is not new to him. The night before, this wasn't him hearing it for the first time. Everybody else, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had a very close relationship with him.
Yeah, very close. He knew
but he couldn't.
My wife very well.
He wouldn't say.
His wife.
He wouldn't say yes.
He couldn't. He said, "I can't. I can't." He grew in a very atheistic kibbutz. There is no God. There is nothing. Wow. So the moment they got
now in a close firefight with
ambush.
The Second Army of Egypt.
Yeah, a big group of the Egyptians that prepared this ambush. What happened that all the first line wounded, he, the only one that got a bullet straight here, straight in the middle. So I talked to him because one of the soldiers was getting another bullet. I told him that I'm jumping to get him out of the line of the bullet.
Okay.
And I'm talking to him, and you see open eyes, look on you.
Wow.
And I saw very clear the little hole here. Wow. So now I'm the commander.
Wow.
So I have to get out from this situation. And in the army, you're trained immediately to attack, to turn to attack.
Okay.
Immediately. Even you are alone against 100, attack. Never stay.
Don't turn and run.
Yeah.
You should go
exactly.
forward. Okay.
So I have 1/3 of my unit, the religious one,
right.
And they are behind, and they have what we call the kitchen. Sorry, we call it this way. They have all these heavy, like machine guns, okay. The bazookas, all these things
the Negev,
that can cover you in order to.
Okay.
I give them commands to where to shoot because there was one Guryanov that he was terrible, and he was the worst. The worst. Guryanov is a Russian. Machine gun, but I give them exactly where it is. Okay, I could read very clear all the situation. no bullet shoot. Nothing.
They're not shooting.
They're not shooting.
Why are they not shooting?
That's what, they don't shoot. So I raised up and start walking to them. So the Egyptians, I guess they got shocked. They see suddenly somebody raised up and walk.
Oh, because everybody's dropped to the ground now.
Everyone is on the ground.
Okay.
Everyone. I don't want.
Because everybody next to you is either wounded or dead.
Yeah, and they are
behind you,
getting
and you're
more
down
and
on the
more.
ground.
My
Okay.
people get more and more wounded.
Right,
I
right,
tell you,
right.
one got 6 bullets.
Oh, man.
Another got already 3. One here, one here, one here. Everyone went from another part of his body. But look what happened. They don't shoot. So I start walking. I'm walking to them, and they shout at me like crazy, Chaimov, lie down, you will be killed. And I'm arriving to them. There is a trench of the sewage of Ismailia.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I see them in this very narrow,
That's where they're hiding in the
like
sewage
hiding
trench.
in the sewage. You know, and putting their rifles in the sewage, you know, and they say, I don't know the word in English, in Hebrew, ma'atzor, like damage or...
Okay, it's like it's
That-
broken. It's not.
it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Jam,
no,
jam,
that-
or-
yeah, it doesn't work. Jammed.
Jam,
Jammed.
they're putting the rifles in the mud.
Intentionally. Or they just mean
Yeah.
just because they're dropping down and they're trying
They're
to hide.
dropping and the rifle and cry, jam. In other words, they cannot
Fight. They can't shoot.
fight, cannot follow me.
Okay.
Wow. And they are shouting again. They continue to shout, lie down, you will be killed. And what I shout to them, you think? No, you see with your eyes.
Wow.
Look, I had hundreds of bullets on me. I know what I say. I'm a musician. I can hear very well. And no one could touch me. I felt it, you know.
You can hear the bullets going by.
Of course, it's
Yes.
like you're entering into beehives, you know.
Yeah.
10 boxes, and they all run on you.
Yeah.
And, you know, not only the Jewish, you know how it is, but leaves from casuarina trees fell on me, the leaves. And I know that no bullet has permission to touch me.
So what happens? I mean,
Yeah, because later on, the
you're here.
highest rabbi of the paratroopers will hear about what happened.
Okay.
He will come to sit with me all night.
Wow.
And I said it, God didn't allow a stupid bullet to finish his plans with me. That's the way that I said. Because if you look later on, Yad Shmona, all this, nothing was, nothing. You understand?
I
All
do,
the-
and I'm feeling emotional because
Yeah.
one of the earliest believers in the army, one of the earliest believers, Jewish believers in the whole country, from one of the first families, and God has a plan for you, and it's not going to end on the shores of the Nile.
Yeah.
God is going to use you to share the good news of Jesus, Yeshua, and to disciple not only your own family, but to influence many in Israel and many tourists who come to Israel. This is just the beginning of a whole lifetime of ministry for you. Okay, but you're still standing at this moment in the story. You know, it's like we freeze framed, but let's go back. You're standing there, they're in the ditch, they're telling you, get down. You're saying, no, not a single bullet is going to touch me. And what happens?
And I'm calling loud to soldiers from other units which are behind us because we were the like arrowhead.
Okay.
That
Tip of the spear.
exactly that my group, right? We need more soldiers. All are wounded, killed, Rami, and I need volunteers and soldiers. Also, paratroopers, all are paratroopers.
Saying this while you're standing, the bullets are still coming.
The bullets on me, they start running, and joining more and more and more. They didn't have to because they are their own commanders, officers. Right. The commanders came, officers came, just arriving and falling down, right, in order to arrange now attack. And from that moment, I had to lead the attack. It was a long, maybe 3 hours. And we arrived on and on and on with artillery, with big. And we arrived to a situation that there were too many wounds. We saw the junction to where we had to arrive, a Nufesha junction. We saw it, but there were too many wounded.
You guys were combat ineffective at this point.
And then, yeah.
But you were close. You were close to your objective, but you couldn't get there.
We saw it. We were very close. But then it came, we have to stop from Ariel Sharon, stop where you are.
Because of the ceasefire imposed by the
ceasefire.
Soviets. And the
Only now we have heard that there is a ceasefire.
Wow.
All the 3 hours, last hours, all those who were, killed and wounded, also my friend that broke his wife. She asked me, so he was killed during the ceasefire? I say yes. Yes.